new tonight, the U.S. Navy is blaming its contractor for the massive fuel leak at Red Hill, citing poor workmanship and poor quality control.
That's one of the major takeaways from a state task force still trying to get its arm around any possible threat to our drinking water. KITV4's Catherine Cruz has the latest in our continuing coverage of this story.
A state task force pressing for answers about the massive fuel spill and its cleanup heard the military point to shoddy work and the lack of oversight by its contractors.
The tank didn't fail because of the lining. The tank, we believe, failed because of poor workmanship and some breakdowns in the quality control.
But Williamson also admitted to the task force members that perhaps the Navy could have minimized the January leak if it had a better system of filling the tanks.
In this particular case, could we have caught this and reduced the 27,000 gallons? There's a possibility we could have.
Williamson said the Navy's looking at changing the tank filling protocols, possibly mandating checkpoints at various levels. The military said it suspects that some of the fuel is stuck between the steel of the tanks and the concrete surrounding the tanks.
I hope to be able to report to you as soon as we find anything, what we're finding, the extent of what we're finding, and what we're able to recover.
In about 2 weeks, the Navy contractor will drill a dozen holes to try and recover what it can of the 27,000 gallons of fuel that is leaked.
We've never collected one drop from what spilled. It is a calculated number.
Gill told KITV he's glad the military is finally moving to locate that fuel, but he added it was something the state suggested from the get-go. The state and city are still at odds with the military over how many additional monitoring wells should be added. The Navy has begun work on 2, one which could be operational at the end of the month. The state and city want at least 6.
2 wells is a start, but we don't believe it's adequate to characterize the size of the site and size of these type of facilities with 20 tanks.
There are lingering questions about the history of the spills and where the fuel may have wound up. There were at least 2 spikes in levels of petroleum contamination in a monitoring well just under tank 5, one in 2008 and another at the beginning of this year.
We don't know for sure what caused the spike in January. We suspect, and with a lot of certainty, that it was because more fuel got into the ground, but we don't know absolutely for certain until we are able to complete our site characterization.
Now, the site characterization appears to be a sticky issue. The Board of Water Supply wants a big picture assessment because of the history of the spills, but the Navy is focusing only on tank number 5, which may not bode well for the phasing in of any more wells. Now, the Navy is discussing additional measures like double lining the tanks, but Williams said even that could take 20 years to complete.